Okay, I'm ringing up Christopher Browell.
This is the Vodafone voicemail service for 07769247196. Please leave a message after the tone. When you finish recording, please hang up or press the hash key for more options.
Oh, yes, hello, Mr. Browell. It's Mr. Hussein here. Once again, leaving yourself a message regarding my brother, Mr. Talib, and I wanted to know about where he is and what kind of condition he's in. I'm looking to make a welfare call regarding my brother, which, as you know, I've been leaving to yourself daily for the last, I believe, 61 days. Were on your voice message, 62 days today. So 62 days I've left you a voice message asking you to update me or let me know about my brother's whereabouts or welfare, considering the fact that he has been now kidnapped and is missing as far as I'm concerned, because I've not seen him for the last 85 days now. And once again, your simple refusal, you and your managers are simply refusing to engage with me as a means of a psychological warfare and torture, trying to cause me to have a mental breakdown because of the worry and distress that you're inflicting upon me. This is not acceptable, is it, Mr. Browell? Is that you know this personally? You've been dealing with me. I've been more than patient and reserved in dealing with yourselves after what is quite clearly a fraudulent enterprise. And I obviously had anticipated your attempts to remove my brother on numerous previous occasions, as you had removed my mother from my care, because those are the only options available to you. Because that's all you can do is abuse your position of authority and power in order to pursue court proceedings against me, and the only reason that you have been emboldened to take litigation action or court proceedings, because you are fully aware that all the judges are going to then side with yourself, because you have a quid pro quo relationship with all the judges, all the solicitors, all the barristers, because your legal team, your Mr. Kenner and others know the fact that they can work around the situation of the courts in order to abduct people. Yes, no doubt, you as a local authority kidnap children, no doubt under some sort of contrived paedophile ring. But I'm not going to delve into such speculations right now, because as you can appreciate and know that this case has got nothing to do with child care services, which obviously you, the local authority, have been failing in miserably. Hence the death of Star Hobson and other children in your care, and the need to now create quote unquote a Bradford Families Trust, for Bradford Families First Trust, to deal with childcare services. And I was reading recently that that trust that you've created, Bradford Family Trust, is now in several million pounds in the red. And it's not even been a year that it's been operational, I think, or maybe this is only the second year, and it's just costing you too much. So I'm reading that newspaper article, and also I was reading quite an interesting article from Community Care. It says inside a social worker strike, the staff fighting for a safe service. So mental health social workers at Barnet Council have taken to the picket line to protest against chronic staffing issues, and the rising waiting time for the people they support. So you see here, there's social workers going literally on strike for the poor services that have been, for the lack of appropriate services, safe services for people that you have that you look to support. So people, social workers, that is a news article. You can go look it up in the community care website. So people that are clearly the system is falling apart. There are obviously people walking out. There's strikes going on in the NHS, and yet you've taken my brother from my care and now forcing care upon him because it serves your agenda and purpose. This is completely unacceptable, Mr. Browell, and I urge the council to take a pragmatic approach and look to return my brother back into my care and do the things properly, and give him his money so I can take care of him properly. You've removed the money, and then making allegations that I'm neglecting him while I'm living here with him. And I'm just reminding myself that the original safeguarding alert that I raised of concern was on the 12th of July 2018, when Adalat, our brother, nefarious brother Adalat, you had assisted with the courts to make him in charge of my brother's finances, and he was not even living here. He was living at his own house and was not visiting, and my brother started to the mood started to deteriorate. I video recorded this and told you, the council, and also the office of the public guardian, only for you to come down and kidnap him in August. So there is a clear conflict of interest, substantial conflict of interest here, and all I'm asking you to do is contact me to let me know where my brother is. And why is that so difficult? 85 days later, you got me out on police bail. You come into the house, you've photographed everything, you've taken his passports, you've taken everything that you need to take to abduct him. I mean, what do you think you people are playing at? I don't understand that you've not put any court proceedings put in place, which is going to be problematic, because it seems very obvious that for 85 days his liberties have been deprived, and there are ongoing public court hearings, namely the county court case, for you to sneak in a transparency order, so I can't mention his name, as you did in my mother's case. I mean, I've been down this road several times with you. I've seen all the consequences, that my mother's been murdered under your clandestine collusion with the Court of Protection judges at the time.
15 seconds recording time remaining.
Okay, Mr. Browell, I'm leaving yourself another message urging you to get in touch with me so I can know where my brother is. That you cannot simply abduct him and deny me the right to know where he is and what kind of condition he's living in. Obviously, he's going to be emotionally distressed, as we're all emotionally being distressed by this separation. And
Sorry, your recording time has expired. To leave your message, press 1. To review message, press 2. To re-record message, press 3. Message sent. Thank you for calling. Goodbye.
So they know exactly what they're doing. It's not the case that they don't know what they're doing. They know exactly that separation anxiety will cause a mental breakdown, and as a consequence, they will then come and say, we are working with the health authority to provide the person with support. What my main concern is that in April 2022, when I last spoke to Mr. Browell, or on one of the previous occasions I spoke to Mr. Browell, he had confirmed to me that he knew that my brother was not receiving any medication for his diabetes. He doesn't have diabetes. He never had diabetes. All right, they were trying to give him diabetes in order to then have control over him. You see, when somebody's on diabetes, their life is then dependent on the diabetic medication. My brother is not a diabetic, and they're trying to force him to be a diabetic so that then they can give him insulin and kill him off. If he's not a diabetic, why would he? They attempted to do this in the 2018, 5 years ago, and obviously I caught out to them, and it seems very suspicious to me that Bradford Council social workers need my brother to be a diabetic now, so then they can have authority over him and say, look, he's a risk to himself, and then we have him in charge. I'm worried now that they may have given him unlawfully sanctioned him to have be diabetic. He doesn't require any diabetes medication. It doesn't require any antipsychotic medication, because I was caring for him properly. All he needs is a loving, caring family and stability in his life, and stability and security in his life. That's all that he needs. And these people are denying him that basic right of stability and security in his life by coming along and breaking down the family, destabilizing the family in order to squeeze themselves into the equation, so that they can then abuse their position of authority and power in order to save money and costs, and in order to commit Islamophobic, racist and xenophobic acts of aggression against me and my family, and hence why they're refusing to now speak to me. What can they say? They've got caught out. They've got nothing to say. All they can do is buy off the judges to rubber stamp orders to achieve their objectives, as they have always been doing. So yeah, it's quite horrendous, the fact that they can continue to get away with blue bloody murder and nobody's any the wiser. And the reason is because the judges then threaten anybody with contempt of court proceedings, and looking to expose this corruption is simply stonewalled or prevented. And this is how they get away with the child kidnapping. They kidnap children all the time. like I was alluding to earlier. So yeah, it's an ongoing saga that they're refusing to engage with me. But what can one do but be patient and persevere? And hopefully, I continue to ring them up and see if they can have a change of mind.